All
that you
right,
have the
sir,
right.
I'm going to find you in contempt. And we'll now take up case of Evans, case number 2024 CR 16, State of Kansas versus Bert Everett Evans. All right, sir, in count one, you are accused of burglary that on or about the 7th day of August, 2023 in Greenwood County, Kansas. You did unlawfully and knowingly enter into a building that is a dwelling with the intent to commit a theft. As charged, this is a level 7. Ms. Gillette, that says non-person, but did you mean for that to be a person since it's alleged to be a dwelling?
It's a non-dwelling, Judge. It should have said non-dwelling.
Okay.
Full house.
Okay, so we'll be seeing an amendment most likely on that. It is alleged that it was a non-dwelling. That is, it was not an area or building used for a home. So as a level 7 non-person felony, the penalties range from 11 months up to 34 months in prison if you were to be convicted. And there is a fine up to $100,000 possible. In count 2, you are accused of theft, allegedly having stolen a drill press, a table saw, a plasma cutter, welders, wrenches, copper wire, microwave, miscellaneous tools, and snap-on equipment with a value more than $1,500, but less than $25,000. Having taken these properties without permission of the owner and to be used or kept without the owner's permission. A level 9 non-person felony, as this is charged, carries a penalty of anywhere from 5 to 17 months in prison and up to $100,000 fine. Because, sir, there is a felony involved, we will set this for preliminary hearing. But before I give you a date, are you intending to hire an attorney or apply for court appointed?
Your Honor, I would like to apply for court appointed attorney at this time. I am working, but due to the severity of this case, Your Honor, I don't think I'm going to be able to afford an attorney.
All right, where do you work?
In Iola, Kansas.
And what do you get paid per month doing that?
I make roughly $400 a week, Your Honor.
And are you married or single?
I am currently single but engaged.
And does your fiance share the house with you?
Your Honor, that is another question that I had for you. Due to the fact this is the first appearance and I haven't been appointed an attorney yet. I was due to be married on the 20th of this month, but because my fiance has been arrested in this same case and she is, I guess you're saying a co-defendant in this case, her name is Rebecca Betterton. I was going to ask that you lift the, I'm guessing there's a no contact or I'm not to be around her, but Your Honor, that's just not probable for our life right now because for one, we work together. Two, like I'm all she has and she's all I have. And we were due to be married on the 20th of this month, but we have to postpone that date until a later date because I don't want to do anything wrong. I don't want to get in trouble with the court. Sure. I'm trying to do everything right by, the court. Mm-hmm. And I think our bond stipulations is, as of right now, that we're not to be around each other. But I was going to ask that we could please have that lifted because, for one, she's a really good girl. She don't do nothing wrong, and we're not bad for each other, Your Honor. We're really good for each other, and two, like I said again, we all each other has, and we have been obeying the court and staying separate. Because that is our stipulations of our bond conditions. But I was going to ask that we have that lifted. And I'm sorry that I got us off course here, but I wanted to throw that in there while we're on the subject.
Well, that really is on course because this is a hearing in which we can address bond.
Is listed as a co-defendant.
Has she been to court yet on that?
I
No,
don't,
Your Honor. The 21st.
Okay, but she has signed a bond apparently.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let me take a look here at a few things. Okay, so you had been living together in, which town did you tell me?
Iola.
So you had been living together in Iola. You're not
Yes, Your Honor.
supposed to be living together right now. You're.
Your
do you
Honor, I
work
had
in-
no
hold
idea
on,
that there
hold on,
was.
hold on,
Okay.
hold on. Do you work together in the same department?
We are not currently working together as of now, Your Honor, because we don't want to violate those conditions. She was
Okay.
just offered the job and she had to decline that job
Okay,
because we don't want to
Violate
be
your
in
bond.
trouble.
right. If you violate your bond, you're gonna be sitting in jail
Correct.
until this is all resolved.
Correct.
So I'll see if I can take a look physically at your bond. It is customary, sir, to order no contact between co-defendants. You said you don't get into trouble together and you're good for each other, and that may very well be true. But it looks like you weren't so good for each other and did get into trouble if these allegations turn out to be correct.
Your Honor, that's if they turn out to be
Okay,
correct.
all right. I think your attorney would tell you to be cautious on what you say because it could be used against you. So
I understand that. I'm not worried about anything that I say, Your Honor.
right.
These allegations will be completely unsubstantiated.
Okay,
It
all right,
is.
sir, I have your appearance bond. Let's take a look at that. It looks like it was filed March 25th of this year. Looks like it was secured by Philip Webb of Second Chance Bail Bonding,
Yes, Your Honor.
$5,000. You did have a failure to appear before this, by the way, but we're not addressing that at this moment. And conditions of bond: refrain from violating the laws, do not intimidate or have contact with a witness or alleged victim directly or indirectly, do not have contact with co-defendants directly or indirectly, appear on time. So you are correct. You and your co-defendant are to have no contact. Now,
Your Honor,
yes.
with failure to appear, Your Honor, in my defense, I have been trying to stay in contact with Jason Myers, which is the lead detective on the case, and I had contacted him 3 times within this last year and was like, Jason, what's going on? Is there going to be anything with this case or not? He said, I don't think so, man. You know, because I've been trying to be upfront and forthcoming with him. And
Right,
I
well,
wanted to
Mr.
know.
Evans, I want to give you your due time, but as you can see, I've got a lot of folks to go through in a short period today. And
I
also,
understand.
anything you say, you might be surprised how it might come back to interfere with your defense. And I know your
I
attorney,
understand.
whoever it would want to limit what you're saying.
I understand.
Let's get through the question of whether you're going to have a court-appointed attorney. You work for
Yes.
a Windows company, you make $600 a month. You're not supposed to be living with this woman. Who's living in the house or apartment?
It is currently me and my cousin, Your Honor.
All right. And does the cousin help pay the bills?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So
It's his
typically
house.
it's his house. How much are you
Yes.
paying him for rent?
I pay him 150 a week, Your Honor.
Does 600 a month sound about right?
Yes.
And then do you pay any other expenses?
Yes, Your Honor. I buy my own food, and my own personal expenses.
Okay, and do you have anything besides food and personal items, clothing? Do you have any other bills?
Yes, Your Honor. Cell phone bill.
Okay, and how much is it per month?
$60.
Okay. Do you have any other expenses?
Other than trying to save for my own residence, Your Honor, and a vehicle, no, I don't at this time.
All right, so you do have some savings. How much do you have in savings?
I don't have no savings, Your Honor. I spent that all on Mr. Phillip, the bail bondsman.
All right. Well, I am going to appoint an attorney. I don't know who that will be at this moment. My assistant Missy here that's with us is going to have to try to find the right attorney that will help you with your case. And so if you'll call back to Missy later this week, she can tell you who the attorney is and how to contact the attorney.
Okay, Your Honor.
And Missy, when do you want him to come back? Well, if we have a PHC soon, but not too soon, they need to get the discovery and talk to each other and so forth.
June 7th at 1:30.
Perfect. All right, sir, I will need you and your attorney to reappear by Zoom June 7th at 1:30.
Your Honor,
Yes.
before we go, I apologize. I know everyone's waiting, but I said there was no more expenses, but because of the fact that me and my fiance are not living together and she had to decline this job, all of her expenses are my expenses. So so we can't do nothing about lifting that order until I talk to my attorney.
All right, first order of business, you have an attorney appointed. Second, you have a court date of June 7 at 1:30, and you better write that down.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you fail to appear, you know what happens now.
Your Honor, I'm not in the habit of failing to appear.
Well, you had a failure to appear, so let's
not to my fault. Not to my fault, Your Honor. If I would have known I had a court date, I would have been there.
All right. Now, the next order of business is the bond. And Ms. Gillette, you want to be heard on the issue of his request to modify the bond to allow contact?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Evans has a history in Allen County. Since Rebecca Betterton has been in Allen County, she came here. She has an Oklahoma driver's license. She has 2 charged cases in Iola that she has pled on, and the one here that was participated in with Mr. Evans. So my position on it is she has been getting in trouble, and she has pled in those cases. She should be on probation based on those cases. I was looking to see if Mr. Evans was listed as a witness in any of her complaints. And I was looking here. I'm not seeing him listed as a witness on the first one. I hadn't had time to look up the second one. But she has been in trouble. He has been in trouble. I don't know that it's in their best interest to be hanging out together with both of them being in trouble. He has a case that he's convicted on up in Allen County, and he should be on probation with Molly over there the 31st. So as far as I'm concerned, they both have had cases over there for the judge's information.
It
And
looks
then-
like it's just March 14th to 24. It looks like he had some type of battery. Was she involved in that, or do you know?
I didn't open that case. I can't. I know that he's had several over there. And so she is on probation. I believe he is on probation as well as on bond at this current time. Just looking to see what the Allen County battery is. While you're doing that, I don't believe we picked the PHC date yet either.
Actually, I'm looking at June 7 at 1:30, Miss Gillette. June
Okay.
7, 1:30. Does that work?
It does.
All right. Well, Mr. Evans, have you already sent out the wedding invitations, booked the venue and all that for your wedding?
Your Honor, with all due respect, are you meaning that question to be sarcastic, or
No,
are you being
not at
serious?
all. No, I'm
Okay.
serious.
Well, Your Honor, we will be married regardless, but we're trying to do it with in the respects of the law. And I don't think that the law should have any say whether or not we should be married or not, but we are trying to do everything by the book. And regardless of what Miss Jill Gillette's computer says, Miss Jill Gillette does not know us. She does not know our day-to-days. We are good for each other. And of course, Mrs. Betterton's name will appear on some of the dockets that are next to my name. But Your Honor, I assure you that girl, she does not do drugs. She does not steal. She don't do nothing wrong, Your Honor, except for try to steer me in the right direction so that I do good. So with all that aside, Your Honor, I'm waiting for your permission to send out those wedding invitations.
Okay.
So if you could please have some sympathy. I'm not asking you to just say, okay, go ahead and get married. But Your Honor, it is really detrimental to me being successful and staying out of trouble that Miss Betterton be allowed around me. But if she is not, I will continue to do as the court says and not be around her, because we're both trying not to be into any trouble. You know, I'm doing good, Your Honor.
Well, are you on probation right now down there in Allen County?
I am currently on probation, Your Honor.
And was she the victim in this battery that you were?
No,
Yeah.
Your Honor. No, no, absolutely not, Your Honor.
Who was the victim in that?
She's a witness, but a victim. There's multiple different victims. He was charged in count 1 with battery against Brock Solander. Count 2 was Ashton Bierbauer. Count 3 was
what was I convicted of, Miss Gillette?
or was criminal damage. I have to pull up that and I can tell you
Okay,
what it is.
we don't need to talk about what I was charged with, Miss
Well,
Gillette. We need to talk about what I was convicted with.
He pled guilty to count 1, causing battery and physical contact to Brock.
Okay, thank you, Miss Gillette. I don't have an attorney here with me to defend me, so please, Miss Gillette, have some sympathy for me.
Okay, sir, you bring up points that you want me to address.
I understand, Your Honor.
And your record is available, so.
I understand.
All right, so let's kind of narrow this down. The reason I asked about the venue and the invitations is I know weddings can be expensive.
Yes, Your Honor.
That would be a most unfortunate situation if you had all of that reserved. But since you haven't done that, and because you do have, both of you, histories fairly recently, and because these are very serious charges, and because you were accused, right or wrong, we'll figure that out, but because you were both accused of participating in these serious crimes, I am going to maintain the bond
Your Honor,
customarily would, with no contact between
Your Honor, that is fucking horrible. That is horrible.
All right, sir, I'm going to find you in contempt, sir. I'll give you a pass on it this once. I think you've been in court enough from your history to know.
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
We do not use certain words in court, and I think you know that. And perhaps you deliberately did that to get yourself in trouble. I don't know.
No, I didn't.
But I'm giving you one pass.
I don't want to be in trouble.
I'm giving you one pass, and if you say any kind of words like that are inappropriate again, I'm going to give you a fine for contempt of court. If you keep
Okay,
doing
Your
it,
Honor.
I will have you put in jail for contempt. So,
Okay, Your Honor.
first of all, you're contemptuous by interrupting, and secondly, by using the words you did. So I am going to maintain the bond as it is. As you said a while ago, you can talk to your attorney about that and see if you can bring the issue back again. But your next court date is June 7th at 1:30. You're to have no contact with co-defendants, victims, alleged victims, or witnesses. And if you do, then that'll be a violation of your bond and you can go back to jail. Miss Gillette, we're going to get his attorney. Missy's going to tell him who that's going to be later this week. We have his next court date and his bond set. Is there anything else we need to address from the state's perspective?
Not from the state's perspective, Your Honor.
All right. Now, Mr. Evans, is there anything that we haven't addressed that you feel we need to at this hearing that we have not addressed?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Evans. You are excused until June 7th at 1:30, but please call my assistant and find out who your attorney is and get a hold of that attorney as soon as you can later this week.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. You are excused from these proceedings as we'll be in recess on them.
Thank
You may
you.
go, in other words.